to another episode of Gypsy Jazz Top 10 with Chris and Brad. I'm Brad.
I'm Chris.
And today we're bringing you a special little episode for Django In June, this wonderful festival in the East Coast in June. And when you go to this festival, you jam all day, every day. And both of us are going to be instructors there this year. So we thought it would be nice to make a little list of licks that you can use in all of the jams that you're going to be in. Some very general licks that aren't too difficult to play and you can use everywhere, so you're never really sitting out. Okay, so I have my top 5 and Chris, you have your top 5. So we're gonna go ahead and start with mine.
Yeah, so basically it's the top 5 licks to play in jam sessions at Django In June.
Perfect. Okay, my number 5 is the open E string trick that we've all heard Django play before. It's a very guitar-oriented lick, and that's why I like it, because like many of Django's guitar licks, it's meant for the guitar.
Yeah.
And so this lick sounds like this. I'm sure everyone's heard it before, but it's nice to start using it more. So you get that sound by you fret the B string on the 5th fret, and then you hit the E string open at the same time. And it's 8th notes. And the picking pattern is down, up, down, down. Like that. So, I love that lick because you can use it anywhere, and we're going to show you just how many places you can use it. So go ahead and play the changes for minor swing, Chris.
Minor swing, yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. For example, okay, why don't you play the changes for Dinah? 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Why don't you play the changes for all of me? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, you get the point. So that lick you can use anywhere. Okay. So what's your?
Let me just add. So the chords that you can use are like A minor.
Yeah.
That's a good chord. Mm-hmm. G, because that's a 6.
Yeah.
And C.
C.
Right?
E.
And another thing I'd like to add is that the little slide is important. Like you can just add a sliding when you want.
Totally.
So my number 5 lick is also for minor string or more songs. It's a very easy lick to pull off, and also the concept's easy. It's just a minor triad, but on each note triad you proceed with a half note below it. So let's say we have A minor, so you just play. So
it's literally a direct
it's just like. But then a note, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So if you want to play a minor string, you do it first on A minor, then you do it on D minor, and then you could even use it on E7 by playing an F minor triad. So the theory is not important, but it sounds nice. Okay, let's try it. So I'm going to do A minor, D minor, and on E7 I'm going to do F minor. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Very easy, and you can be creative with it. You can only play the first 2, or you can start low.
And I like how you have one lick in one shape, and you're just moving it around to fit all the chords.
Yeah, and just be creative with it. Right? You don't have to play the whole thing. Play half of it, or change the order.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Let's go to our number 4s.
Yeah.
So my number 4 lick is a real lifesaver.
Oh, yeah.
And because it's a lick on rhythm changes. And if you don't know what rhythm changes are, there are many songs with the same chords. I'm talking about the A parts. For instance, Belleville is rhythm changes in D, like Daphne, Ave and Cis, they're all rhythm changes in D. And in C you have a bunch. You have Swing 42. You have What Kind of Friend. And in G you have Mikro, for example. There's more. Agave rhythm, of course, and many more. So usually it's played very fast, right? And it's difficult because there are many chords. So I have a trick which can easily fill like 2 OAs, and it's very easy and it sounds really cool. And the lick has 2 parts. Let's first demonstrate it and then we'll break it down.
Okay.
Right? So let's play it really fast because this is easy to play fast. It sounds better if it's fast. So let's play Belleville, only the A part. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. This is very impressive. it's unmistakably Gypsy Jazz or Django, right? And
Yeah, instead of going like,
yeah,
yeah, it's just,
I used it all the time, especially if I have played like 2 choruses, I don't know what else to do, and I start doing this, and that's the best part of the song.
yeah, absolutely.
It's very easy. So it's 3 chords. You have D7, and I play it like this. But most people play it like this. I cannot do that.
All right, I play it like this too.
Yeah. So the voicing is on the screen,
Yeah.
and then you play this voicing, which is a kind of C7 to D diminished, back to D7. And the rhythm is kind of free, right? You just play these chords in a row. But you could also do. Be creative with it, and you can even play them in the other order. Be creative.
Okay.
That's the first part,
And
that's enough. You can only play that.
Yeah, yeah.
But to make it really cool, you do this thing. So this is a voicing for D minor, but it works on D because it's this like minor third is bluesy. And then you have to practice a little bit. So pull off. So down, pull off, down, and you repeat that. And it doesn't have to sound really clean. It's an effect.
Yeah.
And if you do it fast, that's also enough. You can only do that. Even.
Yeah.
But if you combine them, you get some really cool thing.
Yeah, that's great.
So what's your number 4?
Okay, so my number 4 is I took one of the most difficult licks in Gypsy Jazz, and I kind of simplified it a little bit so everyone can use it.
Oh.
And it's whenever you have that descending line cliche, for example, on an A minor, you have this.
Oh yeah. With a million downstrokes.
Yeah, like the downstroke sweeping, and it's very difficult. So it's still a cool effect, and you can get very similar to that effect at half the price, you know, where it's much easier. So the idea is that you have your A, so I'm going to place an A minor, so I find the A on the E string. The higher you play it, the better it sounds.
And it's
usually.
easier probably.
Yeah, and then you find the shape of the A minor like this. So you go, you know? So you have this, and then you descend every time. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but so now you're not repeating the
And the idea, because you can alter the picking patterns, you can choose to do it any other way, but the idea is that you're getting this movement to the major 6 when you have a minor 6 chord and you hit that. So that's the idea. So why don't we play? Just give me some A minor.
A minor. Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. The idea, and if it's down to D, then yeah. So you can move it around, and you get that kind of effect, and it's you don't make your hand explode or something in the process.
Yeah, it's good. It's easy to play.
Okay, so now let's go on to our number 3.
Yeah.
For my number 3, I'm picking a very simple Django lick that he uses a lot, and it's kind of become one of the most well-known licks in the style. And the way it works is I'll just play it once. So
A minor, right?
yeah, A minor, and it's got the 6 in there.
It ends on the 6, yeah.
Yeah, so it's got so it has a very minor 6 sound, which is usually what people consider like the gypsy sound, you know? So it's very straightforward, and that's another reason why I think it's a good lick to learn, because if you have the A minor, the basic A minor, or you know, if you have the 6 right there, so you start on the 3rd, here's the A, so you go.
Yeah.
And then you can also, what you were saying to me earlier today, is that you can also speed it up a little bit if it's, you can do it in triplets. Yeah, so there's actually a lot you can do with this lick, but that goes for any lick also, that you can always speed it up and change things.
That's true.
If it's a little too boring or something.
But this lick has just the right amount of notes.
Yeah.
And if you play triplets, you end on the beat.
Exactly.
Maybe demonstrate in 8 notes. Just you can demonstrate. I play with it. Or A minor.
What is that? Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And then not the triplets.
Yeah. nice lick, good
Great.
lick. And if you play a minor string, you can just use it everywhere.
Move it around. Yeah, you're always gonna need a lot of minor licks in Gypsy Jazz.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your number 3?
My number three lick is the opposite of a minor lick. It's a major lick, but major 7. So you can use it on the 1 chord of a major tune, and it's a lick that I use all the time. It's kind of a long lick, but you can break it down in parts. You can either play the second half or the first half, or play them both together. Let's demonstrate on the D6/9 chord.
Sure.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. More time. Okay. So I will explain. The first is just an arpeggio, a D major 7 arpeggio, and I use the fingering that Stochelo uses, but he told me that's probably the fingering that Django uses because it's 2 fingers. But it's just a D major 7 arpeggiated.
And it's very similar to the previous lick, how you're approaching each note.
Yeah, that's true. But well, it sounds
like
no, because it's actually the arpeggio, but because both the C sharp and the D are in,
that's true.
it sounds like it. Yeah. Nowadays, when you see people play that, they play. They go. They do it. But I use Django's fingering. And then it's this thing. And that's a great thing. You can use only that, even, or just even the last part. And you can repeat that, and you get this Stochelo thing. Can you play a D chord? 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, 4. Right?
That's great, yeah.
So this is a multifunctional lick, and you will notice that if you start playing Gypsy Jazz that a lot of like dominant licks, they end on a certain spot that you can play this lick perfectly. Either the second half or the first half or both together.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go on to the top 2. We're getting there.
So we are at our number 2s, and I don't know how you did it, but I arranged my top 5. Like the top spots are licks that you can use more often than the lower spots. So this is a lick based on a diminished arpeggio, and as we all know, dim arpeggios or diminished arpeggios are really Gypsy Jazz.
Oh yeah.
Because you can use it pretty much on any dominant chord. And
Any
we have songs with 8 bars of the same dominance. For instance, like anniversary song or Tutor Brown with a lot of. So you can use this lick, and it's very easy because it starts on the root. It starts on the root on the A string. So let's say we have E7. So I find the E, and I play. Or if you want to extend it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. So then let's say I have to play Sujuk Brown. So then I have to first play it on E, then I have to play it on A, and then on D.
Whoa, slow down.
Yeah, let's try it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I also experiment a little bit with like different rhythms, starting at different spots in the bar. You can do that, especially when the chord is held for a long time. And it's not really easy in the beginning because the picking has to be very precise, but it's a good exercise, and you can use it all the time.
Yeah, it's a great look.
This is like dim lick.
Yeah, and kind of going on the same wave that you're going on, I also, for my number 2, is a diminished lick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so it's also a very common lick, but again, I feel like it's a lick that everyone learns in Gypsy Jazz, and then no one ever really uses it because it's too well known or something, or it's not cool. But to me, it's like one of the most exciting licks in Gypsy Jazz.
I'm very curious.
Yeah, and it's this lick. It's the
yeah.
Everyone knows that lick, but
Django uses it all the time.
Yeah, and Django used it a lot. And when you go to a jam, no one really uses this lick, and it's kind of, if you can really pull it off and you can really bring up the energy, then it's an incredible lick. So the way this lick works is you kind of have this kind of right now I'm using the 4th fret on the G, 3rd fret on the B, and 4th fret on the E string, for example. That's one place to start it for the E when you have an E7 chord. Okay. So then the picking is up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, down. So you can move it around in increments of 3 half steps and 3 steps. So the way I do this, for example, you can go any direction you want. And then when you speed it up and you want to get it clean every note, and then you can speed it up and you start playing it like how Django played it. And the thing is, it's a very impressive lick, but it's not that difficult.
No.
But for an audience, when they see that lick, they lose it. They lose it.
If you're not a guitar player, it's like this.
Yeah.
Must be the ultimate.
Yeah. They go bananas.
You want to demonstrate?
Yeah. So just give me an E7.
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And the cool thing about this lick is there's also a little, you can modify it very easily. It's something that you showed me actually. And for example, so say we have this for E7, but we can do this, which we just take this ring finger off the 4th fret, and then we get the G. Yeah, so we get the G on the E string. So it goes, and then we add the where we had our ring finger before. So, and then the same rules apply. So you go in 3 steps up. So. Give me A7, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah, great. And that's how that lick works. I love that lick.
It's a great lick.
Okay, so now I think we're on our number 1.
Number 1s.
Okay, so my number 1 lick is again another underused lick in Gypsy Jazz, and it really made up a huge part of Django's sound, just like that diminished triplet lick. And it's very simple, so you don't have to worry about practicing this over and over again. You learn it and you got it. You can use it right away. So it's this chord shape that Christiaan actually used earlier in your Belleville lick.
Yeah, my number 4 lick.
It's a dominant 7 chord shape. So that's what we have. It's a dominant 7 shape and it has a punch.
Yeah. And
it's really strong. And the lick that I want to show is just essentially the Django's pattern of sliding up to it. So he goes, and you hear that a lot, and it's such a huge part of his sound. It's in the Patris's, Reno's theme that he wrote for Patris, and
it's in the intro of this top 10.
Yeah. So it's a great lick, and I like sliding into it. It really pushes everything forward. And so let's go ahead and try that on Django's Tiger.
Django's Tiger, yeah, sure.
And what you were saying earlier is that you can use this on even major chords.
Yeah, it's a dominant chord, and but for some reason on guitar this sounds like a magical chord. Yeah. I mean, you can play it on piano, it sounds okay, but it doesn't have the same impact. But even though it's a dominant chord, you can just use it on 6 chords.
Yeah, exactly. Like in Belleville, like how you were playing it.
Belleville, yeah. Or what do you want to demonstrate it on?
Django's Tiger.
On Django's Tiger, it's an A, so you just find the A, and then you have it.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exactly. Very simple. Just get that pattern down, and it really pushes your solo forward.
You know what? When I didn't play guitar, when I was playing violin, I always found that the coolest thing to hear.
Yeah, there you go.
Not even only when in solos, but even when I was playing violin solo, I would play Belleville, and then this Noosh would play with it, and the song would just be like. It was so cool. Right? So you can use it in your solo, but you can use it even
to impress non-guitarists.
In the solo of a violin player.
Perfect. Okay, and then so Chris, what is your number 1 Django In June lick?
My number 1 Django In June lick is a multi-purpose lick.
Perfect.
And it's an arpeggio. And of course we gotta know arpeggios as Gypsy Jazz players.
Absolutely.
And it's an arpeggio that fits over multiple chords, but in the essence it's a minor 6 arpeggio. Again with the minor 6, that sound is synonymous with Gypsy Jazz. So let's first break it down. Let's say we have to play A minor. We're gonna find the 3rd on the high E string, so that's a C. And then we play this arpeggio. So it's A minor with a 6 with F sharp. So let's demonstrate see how it sounds on A minor.
Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So if you play minor string, you can then shift it to the D minor and stuff. But the nice thing about this arpeggio is you can use it to color dominant chords. You can use it to make the dominant chord sound really sweet, or you can use it to make the dominant chord sound altered, like a dissonant. So let's first demonstrate it. Let's do Dyna.
Okay.
And I'm gonna play the sweet version on D7, and then we use the same arpeggio. We use the A minor arpeggio.
Okay,
so when we're on D7, I'm gonna play this. Yeah, and for the rest, I'm gonna play some easy stuff. Maybe I use your.
Okay, the sweet version, and then maybe the dirty version.
Yeah, the dirty version afterwards.
Okay,
let's start with Dyna. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sounds great.
Yeah.
So now I want to use the same arpeggio, but I want to make that D7 chord sound altered.
X-rated.
Hip.
X-rated. Okay.
So then I'm gonna use I'm gonna start with my notes, my first finger on 1 fret higher than the chord. So this is D7, but I'm gonna start the arpeggio on E. E flat.
Yeah.
E flat. So basically I'm playing a C minor 6 arpeggio.
Okay.
Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna make it even more dirty.
Oh no.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna play. I'm gonna start with my first finger on the F sharp. So I'm playing then. What am I playing for minor arpeggio? I'm playing E flat minor arpeggio, right? So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that's a great sound.
Yeah. So practice this arpeggio, and I played everything from high to low, but you could practice the other way.
Yeah, and you just took one pattern and you just moved it, and you got a totally different sound every time you moved it.
So just for fun, let's play minor swing, and then I use it over all 3 chords, and I will use the really dirty version.
Okay, great.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, these are all great licks. So why don't we just go to some closing thoughts?
Yeah.
Okay, so those were our top 10 licks for Django in June. And these are the kind of licks that we expect to hear you practicing in your room at 7 a.m. in the morning when I walk by, or whistling in the shower on your way to class.
And whenever you see Brad, just play one of those licks.
Yeah, that'll make me very happy.
And my closing thought is that, I know so many licks, because that's the way I started playing guitar, like learning cool licks. So if you think I want to know more licks, just pull on my shirt every chance you get and say, I want another lick, and I throw a lick at you.
Yeah, and I think your office hours is the best time to reach him for this kind of thing is between 5 a.m. and 5:30 a.m.
Probably. I'll be learning my little licks myself. So maybe if I see you play or someone else there play a cool lick, I might ask you for that lick.
Yeah.
And then we can pass those licks around.
That's perfect. Okay, so everyone, we'll see you in June. Northampton. Practice these licks, and hopefully they can help you out. All right, see you everyone.
See you.
In case you like our videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and that way you're always going to be updated with every time we make a new crazy video with an amazing musician.
And we'll make it real easy on you. If you're on a desktop, hit the big subscribe button right here. And if you're on a mobile device, there will be a subscribe icon somewhere under the video. And if you do that, you'll be always informed about our new videos. Thanks.